Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Dane Bora and this is your Costa Mesa Minute for Thursday, November 7th. Don't forget, tonight over at the Neighborhood Community Center, the city is hosting a public outreach meeting regarding a streetscape and landscape enhancement project along West 19th Street. Now is the time to give your input and suggestions to the project planners. And speaking of planning, it's almost time to make plans for the CIF playoffs. Congratulations to Coach Wally Grant and the Costa Mesa Mustangs, who last week clinched first place in the Orange Coast League. I thought this week's game would decide the league title, but Laguna was upset last week by Godinez, eliminating the Breakers from title contention. Tomorrow night's matchup between Mesa and Laguna Beach features the league's two best running backs. Laguna's Nathan Lancaster enters the contest with over 2,000 yards and 28 touchdowns. That's for this year, folks, not his career. And at Mesa, Aronde Crenshaw has 1,600 yards and 23 touchdowns. In league games, Laguna is rushing for 480 yards per game, while the Mustangs are getting 415 per contest. I think the Mesa defense will be the difference in this one, and they will get the stops they need. Mesa finishes perfect in league, 50-38. Coach Mike Vargas and the Estancia Eagles enter their league finale on a 2-game win streak and could secure second place in league and a berth in the playoffs with a victory over Calvary and a Mesa victory over Laguna. If Calvary wins, they get second no matter what happens in the Mesa game. Calvary features the most potent passing offense in the league this year, having thrown for at least 300 yards in every league game and averaging an impressive 381 yards per league outing. But their defense is vulnerable, having given up 56 and 58 points in their last 2 games respectively. For Estancia, the offense has been given a lift the past 2 weeks by the play of junior Indiana Taylor, who was forced into the featured running back role due to injury and has responded with 310 yards running in the last 2 games. While not technically a playoff game, this contest will have the feel of one. The winner will most likely get into the postseason, and the loser will most likely not. And unfortunately, I've got the Calvary Chapel Eagles getting by the Estancia Eagles 46-33. Over at Newport Harbor, Coach Jeff Brinkley's team enters their league finale in a 3-way tie for first with Los Al and Edison. All 3 teams are 3-1, with Newport beating Los Al beating Edison, and Edison beating Newport. Barring an upset this weekend, the 3 will finish in a 3-way tie. And while I am not quite positive about how they will break that tie, my guess is all 3 would get postseason bids. But first things first, Newport needs to get by a Huntington Beach squad that features a balanced offensive attack, getting 187 yards on the ground and 199 yards in the air per game. Newport enters on a 2-game win streak for the first time all season, and I believe they will make it 3 in a row. Newport, behind junior quarterback Cole Norris, is just too much for the Oilers, Sailors 34-14. So only the Mustangs are in the playoffs for sure, but Newport and Estancia both have great shots to get in as well, but both need to win. Should be another great night under the Friday night lights. And that's Costa Mesa Today in a Minute or more. Remember, if it happens in Costa Mesa, it's news to us. I am Dane Bora. We'll see you tomorrow.